President Cyril Ramaphosa is officiating the start of the commercial operations at the 155-megawatt wind energy facility in Bethal.
Dismiss as nothing, but today we are seeing the real coming into fruition, the pledges and the commitments that were made. Billions and billions of rands are committed at our conferences, and today we are seeing the real launch. But what is more important about this project is that it speaks to our just energy transition. It talks about the future of our energy transition, how we would like our energy architecture to be actualized. As you well know, we've said that we are a country that is relying on a mixed energy future where coal has a role to play, and we are in the coal province of our country that has for generations provided coal power to our country. But now we are seeing that transition moving towards utilizing wind in a coal area, utilizing solar even in this province, and it speaks to how we are transitioning to clean energy while still relying on the foundation of our energy endowment, which is coal. And here in this province, in this area, we've seen how the Just Energy Transition project that we have embarked upon is benefiting communities, precisely what we have in many ways led the world in innovating just energy transition, that the ordinary people must not be left behind. The workers must not be left behind. Entrepreneurs must be empowered. Women-led and owned businesses must become part of this transition. And young people must be able to gain skills that they can utilize. And the jobs that are being created here are of a permanent nature. They are not fleeting jobs. The skills that are being developed here are being developed to power our country, but to actually empower our country economically. So this has demonstrated that when innovation, commitment, and leadership are brought to bear together, we can empower our economy, we can empower our communities, and we can lead to greater economic progress. This is about economic progress, and we're very proud that a black-owned company has now become the largest wind power company in our country, which is still going to launch more wind turbines in this province, in this area, that will lead to the economic empowerment. And we're going to see the towns that surround this precinct beginning to grow economically. Some of the towns like Bethal, Morganson, and Bethal were already going down economically. Now they are being empowered, and we're going to see great growth coming out of this initiative.
Amanda?
You've just appointed the Gender-Based Violence Council and Femicide. What is the mandate? How are you going to measure their success in dealing with this case in the country?
Well, tomorrow we start Women's Month, where we will remember the struggles that were launched by the women, the mothers of our country, when they marched on the union buildings. But this is a month also where we want to see women coming to the fore. We've appointed the Gender-Based Violence Council to lead the process of ensuring that we bring down and eliminate gender-based violence in our country. Now, I have great confidence in the ability of those women that we have appointed to address the issue of gender-based violence and to lead us as a nation to ensure that we address gender-based violence much more purposefully, with great leadership that they will provide, and that we will be able to bring down the high levels of gender-based violence. Now, they are empowered by merely being on that council, and I couldn't be more happy. I've been waiting for this council to be appointed through the parliamentary processes. And now we're going to have more voices, more authority to tackle the issue of gender-based violence. And we will capacitate them through the budget to ensure that they do their work.
Okay, last question, Mobile.
This is the first phase of the planned...
Speak louder, speak louder.
This is the first phase of a planned 900 megawatt pipeline. With the load shedding behind us for now, how will government accelerate grid connectivity and streamline approvals to ensure these projects reach their full potential without delay?
Well, as you know, our grid still needs 14,000 kilometers of lines, and we are now reaching capacity, full capacity on our grid, so we need to extend it. And Minister Ramaphosa, and together with his colleagues in the department, are working day and night to make sure that we put in place the plans, we put in place the funding, and also the corporate governance that will be part of expansion of our grid. On the regulatory side, we are well aligned with what needs to happen. The regulatory processes is going to be a lot easier now that we continue to reform our energy architecture. And we're going to have all the institutions, all the entities working together to ensure that, one, the grid is put in place and it's expanded, the funding is already beginning to fall in place, and the projects are now going to start being laid out. It is going to take some time because we've got to lay out 14,000 kilometers, but we've recognized what needs to be done. The planning is now underway, and we are going to plant those poles that on which our grid is going to hang. And as government, this is part of our reform project process. We are determined that we should never fall back onto energy poverty or energy crisis again. And the reform process, which brings in the private sector to play a role, which empowers workers, which empowers communities, and which brings in the might of government, is the beautiful architecture that we're putting in place, where all of us have a role to play to ensure that our energy is more secure, it's more reliable, but more importantly, it's also affordable. So that's the journey that we have now embarked upon.
Mr. President, if you can just comment on the latest at Matanga Commission with the IDEC, and also what has been said also with about the National Commissioner, and with the IDEC, what has been happening there?
Well, my general comment is that what we are seeing unfolding there is what we should, on a transparent basis, be absorbing. I don't run a running commentary because that commission is going to report to me. So I don't want to ever undermine what they are doing by doing a running commentary. And I know that you would want me to comment every time a witness goes there. I am not going to do that. I will get the report, and it is on the basis of that report that we will respond.
Thank you, President. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Angithi bofuna ukuthi comment.
Vele siyacela President. Nangama audits akuhambi kahle kubi pha. Kubi siyacela.